I have a passion for people, and I strive to create a workplace where people are excited to come to work each day, knowing they have a great place to work and people that care about them. But I've been told that you can't teach leadership and that you can't teach people to do what I do. Well, today we're going to start to change that, because today I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to be a great leader. And make sure you stick around to the end, because I'm going to give you a special bonus tip. My name is Roman Ryder, and on this channel I teach you strategies for leadership and personal development. I put out a new video every Friday, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. Tip number 1, great leaders have an inspiring vision. Do you know your why? Why is that secret ingredient that takes people from I have to I want to. And if you can figure out your why and you can express it with passion, you can inspire people. So do you know your why? Why do you get up and go to work? Is it just to get a paycheck, or are you excited to go to work each day? Well, if you need help finding your why, you can look in the description below, and I have a link to my free course. You can sign up and then watch a 15-minute video, and there's a free worksheet you can download. It'll actually help you figure out what your purpose is, and then it'll help you turn that into a vision statement that will help you inspire your team or your organization. So make sure you check that out. Tip number 2 is great leaders do and say what they believe. Now that you have a vision, you have to consistently, persistently do and say what you believe. Because trust me, people are watching and you don't want to be inconsistent. But when you persistently do and say what you believe, you'll start to build trust with your organization. There's going to be people that see it right away, and they're going to want to help you out and make your vision reality. Some people are going to be watching close, and they're going to wait a while. But they're eventually going to see it as long as you're consistent. And they're going to want to become a part of your vision too and help you make your why into reality. And that's what creates a culture, because then you get a whole group of people that are actively doing and saying what you believe, your vision that you've communicated to your organization. And that's an amazing thing to see. Tip number 3 is great leaders recognize the behavior they want. So now that you have a vision, you want to recognize the behaviors that are consistent with your vision and reinforce those. Gallup actually has been doing a survey for a number of years, and they determined that 7 out of 10 employees aren't engaged. So imagine if you had more than just 3 employees in your workforce that were engaged and actively going out and trying to improve your organization and not just showing up and collecting a paycheck. So how do you do that? Well, they determined that the number 1 question in their survey that determined if someone is engaged or not is, have I been praised or recognized in the last 7 days? And what I often hear when I tell people this is that, why would I recognize somebody just for doing their job? Well, if you don't recognize people for doing their job, it becomes a thankless task. And they're going to start to ask themselves, why am I doing this? Nobody cares anyway. And soon that job is no longer going to be done anymore. So you want to recognize those behaviors that are consistent with your vision. And there's no such thing as too much recognition, as long as it's sincere and deserved. Tip number 4 is great leaders empower other leaders. You can't always be there, and you can't make every decision. So you want to empower people that are capable of making decisions at all levels of your organization. That way you have leaders from the top down through every level. And how do you do that? Well, you have a vision, and that vision can help provide guidance. In my last organization, I simply said that we take care of people and keep them safe. So when I was at home asleep in my bed and somebody had to make a decision on the night shift, they knew to make a decision consistent with my vision of taking care of people and keeping them safe. And by that way, I created a culture where we took care of people and kept them safe from the top down at every level. Everybody knew that's what we were doing, and we had consistently awesome performance because of that. Tip number 5 is great leaders focus on people. So as I mentioned in my last organization, we always talked about taking care of people and keeping them safe. And by doing that, by taking care of people, we found that the people would take care of our business. So by taking care of people, we had world-class performance, we had top-notch safety, we had great production, we had great reliability. We pulled off 3 outages, turnarounds, whatever you want to call them, with record-setting times. So we were ahead of schedule, we were under budget, and we had no employer or contractor injuries. So by focusing on people, we were actually able to get the awesome results that we wanted in all areas of our business. All right, so now it's time for today's bonus tip, and that is simply to listen. If you don't know about it, you can't fix it. So you have to get out there and you have to talk to people, you have to find out what's giving them problems, and you have to get those things fixed, and you have to celebrate them. And that way your group starts to see that you are not only saying things, but you are doing things. You are making things happen, you are making their life better, and they're going to want to be a part of your team, and they're going to want to help you succeed. So get out there and listen and get those problems fixed. If you like this video, don't forget to like it below, share it with your friends, and make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.